They called themselves the Gang, which should have been the first clue to anyone that these meddling kids and their dog were up to no good. I mean, the Gang? Really? The story goes like this. Samuel Whitaker Jenkins, the caretaker for the old abandoned mine, whose main job, mind you, is to keep teenagers from breaking in and getting lost down there, is caught off guard by a group of kids one night. Mr. Jenkins, who's been doing this job for well over 20 years by this point, doesn't like the look of these kids. They seem all whacked out, exhibiting signs of heavy drug use.
Like what?
According to my notes, they're going on about solving mysteries, having the munchies, and apparently, they were even talking to their dog. Anyway, in an attempt to scare the kids out of there without having a full-blown confrontation, Mr. Jenkins decides to dress up like a ghost. Apparently, it had worked for him in the past, and the lore of the old abandoned mine being haunted kept people away. But, unfortunately for Mr. Jenkins, this excited the young hooligans, and they spent half the night chasing the man, who is now well into his 60s, around the property. Eventually, they cornered him, they tied him up, and even humiliated him in front of his favorite basketball team, the Harlem Globetrotters. And that's when Mr. Jenkins' heart went out, and the case landed on my desk. They were charged with breaking and entering, menacing, and manslaughter. Oh, and about 2 pounds of marijuana they confiscated from the van. It took the jury all but 20 minutes to come back with a guilty verdict. When that gavel came down, I'll never forget what each one of those kids said, because they were still all clearly very high on drugs. Zoinks, Jinkies, Jeepers, let's split up gang, and rut row. My heart goes out to the whole Jenkins family.